Hello, hello. I see people jumping on. Hello, everybody. How are you? Sorry, I need to adjust this for a minute. Oh, nope, can't do that. Sorry. Okay. It's a precarious setup today. Hi. Welcome, everyone. Every fall Tuesday afternoon. I love it. It makes me happy. I mean, not the gray skies, but I'm very, very happy with a little bit cooler weather. I like summer a lot, but I really like fall. It's National Coffee Day. And Josh is a 9. Hey, 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 everybody. I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. Gray skies make you super happy. They don't make me happy. They make me want to curl up in a blanket, which isn't terrible. It just, motivation is not as high when it's gray. I like the cooler temps, but I like the sunny weather, the sunny skies, I mean. And so, Mom said she's freezing and she's a 7. What did you say? Oh, on the scale. Josh says gray skies are his favorite too. I think that makes a lot of sense because, for you, Josh, because gray skies are good for your eyes. Well, now that part I do get. My eyes are very sensitive to the sun, and so that makes it a little easier as far as that goes. But I just really like the sun out. Ash is at an 8 today. Me too, Robin. I just like to see the blue sky and the sun. That's all. But I like this weather a whole bunch. I have a candle burning. Actually, I'm probably going to need to blow it out here soon. But it's kind of an amber, leathery smell. Oh, I didn't finish my thought. See, this is how my Tuesday's gone. It makes sense to me because you're a 4 on the Enneagram, and 4s just kind of tend to like to be in the melancholy, and that's not a bad thing. And so the gray skies make me a little melancholy. 2s go to 4 in growth, but 4s, that's like who you are. And so anyway, it just made a little sense to me in my mind. I'm not saying that's the way it is, just in my mind, makes a little more sense. I get that. I get that. Anyway, yes. So the candle I bought, it was a Better Homes and Garden candle at Walmart. It's a 3-wick candle, about that big around, about that deep. Not a very big one, but not small. And it's like an amber leathery scent. It smells so good. Almost cool enough to be comfortable. No, this is almost, let's see, my watch says it's 62 degrees and cloudy. 65 to 70 is perfectly comfortable, Dad. You prefer ice on the ground. No, but I really like this. It's like mums on the porch and pumpkins on the porch and leaves falling and cool temperatures, and it's heaven. It's heaven. Yeah, Melba got a shot in her eye last week, but that didn't finish. So even though you got a shot in your eye, it hasn't what? Melba would like some prayer for that. So If you watched this morning, I did just a special Tuesday morning devotion kind of thing this morning. If you watched this morning, the sun was coming right through this window super bright, and it was really making a mess of the screen, the way this looked. So we hung my blanket over, and I thought, oh, it's not really coming through that window anymore. The sun's more on that side. So I took it down right before I went live, and it was still a problem. So I put it back up. I wanted to take it down. Just couldn't do it. Marissa, that's funny. It could. You just never know. That's lemonade out of lemons, sister. Yep. So the missions committee met last night, and we decided that we do want to proceed with missions convention week. It just isn't going to look like it has in the past. So we are going to kick it off on Friday night. I actually started sending some messages out to the missionaries today. I haven't gotten finished yet. So if any of them pop on, they're going to be like, well, I didn't know about that. Well, I didn't, not all of them are going to know yet. Anyway, so Friday, October 20, oh, shoot. I don't have, yes, I do. My planner right here, because I'm back to using my planner. You know, there was a few months that we didn't do it. Oh, your vision hasn't come back like it should. You're still having trouble with reading. Gotcha. So the missions convention is going to be a week later this year than we normally do it. That's okay. But it is kicking off the same with the bonfire on October. Sorry, my calendar pages are like sticking together and I'm not getting where I want. October 23rd. So we're going to do, but we're not doing a regular bonfire like we normally do. We're going to do a bonfire night, but Rebecca, but it's, well, I wasn't looking, I was looking at my calendar. But it's going to be on, at the church on the parking lot, and we're going to have fire pits around the parking lot so that people can spread out and still be able to see each other, but be able to be around a fire, but it's going to be around fire pits instead of one bonfire where we're kind of tightly packed. So October 23rd is the bonfire, and we will require signups. If you don't sign up, there may not be space for you. So signups for that week's events will probably start next week or the week after. We'll just say within the next 2 weeks, the signups will be available. The signups will be digital like they were for our services at the beginning of returning to building. So it'll be sent through our messaging system. So you'll get it in your email or a text. And if you don't email, you don't text, that's okay. You just need to call the church office and tell us, I will be at the fire night and how many are coming with you. So you'll still want to bring lawn chairs. And so, but it'll be on the parking lot like that. So we thought that would be a neat twist, but safe. And because we're using fire pits, we don't technically have open fires. So we're safe on that as well in the city. So that's Monday. I mean, that's Friday, October 23rd. And do y'all want to know who our missionary guests are this year? I mean, we're still like a full month away. And I know you'll forget, but we can talk about it. Mom said she'll bring her blankets too. You never know. We have had these nights before where it was almost too hot to sit by a fire. So you just never know. Here in the Midwest, you just never know what that night's going to be like. I mean, as of right now, here's the thing. All of these plans are contingent on what the laws say we can do, what the regulations and all that. So, yes, you do. So, Here's, we always try to have a missionary for the bonfire and that first Sunday. So October 23rd, the fire night, and Sunday, October 25th, will be ours truly, Rich and Laura. When we planned that, we were figuring, that was before COVID, and we figured it would probably be like the really big last hurrah for them with us. And so that obviously has changed a little bit because of COVID. They might be around just a little bit longer. I'm still believing with Laura that they get their budget raised and they get going soon. But so the Rich and Laura will be with us on Friday and Monday. Please don't type these names in, because some of the missionaries, I'm not going to say their last names, and I'm not going to say where they're going to, because it's sensitive and we don't want people to be able to track that back. So don't type any names in. Well, the delay. That one I think is safe though, Josh. Then instead of home groups this year, I haven't gotten to them yet, Josh. Instead of home groups this year, we're just going to do a missionary at the church on Tuesday night and on Thursday night. So there will be signups for that one as well, just so that we make sure we are, prepared and all of that. You're okay, Josh. Well, I still see it, but that one I think is safe. So I don't think that one's a big deal. But I don't think. Plus, you didn't put first names too, so there's that. Then the Tuesday night missionary that will be at the church will be Mike and Missy. They have been at the church several times before. They've spoken in youth. Oh goodness, 3 times, 2 or 3 times maybe. And Missy has been a part of our missions convention before. They served with Chi Alpha at Mizzou. And Missy, we met Missy before Mike was in the picture. And now they have a little one. And so they are still serving with Chi Alpha, but they're serving with AGWM. So I can't remember if that's technically, so I'm not going to say where yet, because I can't remember if that one is considered. Anyway, so that's Tuesday night. That'll be at 6:30 at the church. We're not doing the meal thing like we've done in the past. We will have light refreshments that will be individually wrapped. So, right, that's why I didn't say it. But we're okay. We're okay there. So that's Tuesday night. Then Wednesday morning for Forever Young, we will have Jeff and Marianne. Jeff and Marianne are also serving in a sensitive place, so I can't say their last name or where, but Jeff has been with us before. Do you guys remember, probably 5 years ago, maybe even 6 years ago, we had a missionary on a Super Bowl Sunday, and that was the Sunday that we surprised Pastor Rich, and everybody brought Gatorade bottles in and sat them around the front of the platform, like to cheer on our pastor who's going to preach a good sermon, right? And by Marissa, and then our missionary guest was the one who preached. And at the end of the service, a couple of our youth went back and brought out one of those big drink coolers that was filled with confetti and poured it over them, and they didn't know it was confetti, and they panicked thinking they were going to get water dumped on them, that it was confetti. Do you remember that? That's Jeff. So he and his wife will be with us at Forever Young. And then Wednesday night for youth, Mike and Missy will be back to speak at youth. So that's pretty cool. Because did you know that our youth pastor and his wife we're also part of the ministry of Chi Alpha under Mike and Missy. So it's like a full circle thing. And then Thursday night is our next group that will be held at the church as well, not a home group. So there'll be signups for that. And that will be Jeff and Marianne as well. So looking forward to that. So Friday night, fire night, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday morning, Wednesday night. So Forever Young and Refuge, Thursday night. And then Sunday, We're not going to do the brunch. I know we love that. It is a special, special thing, but we didn't feel like we could do it in an affordable and a safe manner this year. So we're just not going to do that. And our guest for that Sunday, who is what we call our keynote, is none other than Pastor Eric Hoffman, the National Speed the Light Director. And he will be speaking on that Sunday, November 1st. So that's the lineup for the Missions Convention Week. Like I said, we will have signups it'll be like, we're going to hold to it. You got, for the special things that we send signups out for, you got to sign up. It's super important for us to make sure that we do that. So please play the game. Now, I do want to say that we've also, I've been talking a little bit, and I decided to just go with my gut on it, and shared with the missions committee last night. Not that it had to go through there, but we talked about it. We also don't feel like, we also don't know at this point what's going to happen with trick-or-treating. But we also know that there are a lot of people who would feel very, very uncomfortable participating in trunk or treat, like the way we've done it before. So we're going to do a drive-through trick or treat on Friday, October 30th. So we are going, you'll see it in the announcements this week. We want to collect no less than 1,800 pieces of candy. We want to be able to put at least 600 treat bags together with 3 pieces of candy. Now, I'm not talking a Jolly Rancher. I mean, we'll do Jolly Ranchers. We'll take whatever you donate. But I'm thinking like, a Halloween treat size candy bar and Laffy Taffy or Sweet Tarts or Smarties, or, if you do Tootsie Rolls, get a giant bag so we could put like 2 or 3 Tootsie Rolls in to be about the equivalent of a little candy bar kind of thing. Or trinkets, like little spider rings or Halloween pencils. We want to do a small treat bag with about 3 pieces of candy in it. And we will need volunteers, because we'll have to have people navigate and do like the parking lot to make sure people stay on track and do traffic. And we will need people who will be handing candy to the cars. So nobody's going to get out of their cars. They're just going to drive through. I feel like it's the trunk or treat. It serves a great opportunity to connect with our community. It's not really an outreach per se, but it is a way for us to remind our community that we're there. It's a connection point. And especially this season, it's just one small way that we can say, we love you. We're here for you. We want you to have an easy, safe thing for your kids. And so that's what it's all about. So you can start donating your candy this weekend. We'll put the containers we normally do out in the foyer for you to start putting candy in. If you don't really want to get out and get candy, but you want to contribute, just mark it on your giving envelope. Just put candy. That'll be good. If you give online, you can mark the other one, or you can mark the other line and just write candy in that other line, and Debbie will know what it goes towards. But so you can contribute financially, and we can purchase those things for you. That's not a big deal. We go to Sam's. I go to Sam's personally almost every week, so I can pick it up for you. Well, yeah, but Ashley, it's not like you're just skipping out. Girl, you got family wedding. You got things to do. It's a celebration weekend. Don't be sad. There'll be other opportunities. We'll be sad you're not there because we'll miss you, but it's an exciting thing that you're not going to be there for. So I'm really excited about this because I've been talking for a long time on here and at church that I really wanted to find a way that we can do something for our community, that we, to just remind people that we're here and that we care and that we love them. And I feel like this is a really good thing for us to do. It's not super invasive. It's not super labor intensive. It's going to take some planning and preparation, but it just seems like, I don't know. We don't even know if we're going to let kids trick or treat, And there may be a lot of homes who normally like to do trick or treating, but they are too scared this year. And so they're not going to turn their porch lights on. And this is just, a way that we can, and I respect that and I understand that. I am not trying to belittle that whatsoever. But we can step in and we can offer something for kids, right? I mean, it's just something we can do. So I'm excited about it. Start picking up your candy. 1,800 pieces of candy sounds like a lot until you think about what we're doing. At our trunk or treats, we normally have over 600 people in line. Not all of those people get candy because that includes parents too. But that's a lot of people. And so 600 bags really isn't that much, And that's only 3 pieces of candy per bag. And we'll include a little card in the bag with information about the church, when youth is and our service times and how to watch online and things like that. So we'll get that information in their hands as well. But it'll be an opportunity for us, like I said, to just say, hey, we're still here and we still love Granite City. I've thought about that. I thought about pricing that out, Mom. She suggested getting pencils with the church's name on them. I saw that too, Mom. The thing is, we could still do that, but times are so different. Most kids, my kids do a little bit of writing in notebooks and workbooks, and I know other kids are doing more stuff in workbooks. Most of my kids' work is on their Chromebook. Currently, just still doesn't mean we can't do pencils or something, but maybe we could even find another type of thing that might be just as people hit the angry face or they don't hit the angry face. What I have found is some of us, when we rapidly tap like the reaction on Facebook, like the like or the thumbs up or the heart, every so many of those will just become an angry face. Ashley, that's what I thought too. Pop sockets. I know I'm 99% sure pop sockets are going to be a little more pricey than pencils, but yeah, I am all for practicality. So we'll see what we can do. I'm excited. I'm very much looking forward to it. And I hope you are too. So mark your calendars for the mission convention stuff. Just remember, you're going to have to sign up. Mark your calendar for drive-through trick-or-treat and start getting candy and start bringing it in. So, yay. I've already looked at several of the printing places that we use for church to see what they have for different things. There is one place we've normally ordered pencils and stuff from. And so I thought about reaching out to them and asking how much that would be, how many we could get, because I'm all my kids' school parties, I don't buy the candy. I buy like pencils and erasers that are themed for the holiday. I buy stickers. I know that's not really practical, but it's not sugary candy either. So, yeah, anyway. Yay, yay, yay. It made my throat dry talking all that much. I know I did the devotion this morning, but I didn't ask you what you're reading in the Bible this morning when I did the devotion. So does anybody want to share? Hey, Kath, is God telling you something you want to share? Let me do this because I know there's a delay. So while I'm waiting for you to do that, can I tell you 2 testimonies that came in last week that one is connected to our church and one is not. But the one connected to our church is, if you remember, we sent out a prayer request last week for Christine's brother. And then I sent this out on the prayer update, but then our prayers were just, for him. And then it came back that he didn't need to have any procedures done. He just needed rest. So Christine and I were praising God, and just encourage you to praise God. We believe, she really does believe that it was prayer. And I'm excited for that. The other one, my brother was telling me that somebody connected to their church has a great granddaughter who's just a toddler, preschooler age, and was diagnosed with leukemia. It's this person who attends the church. It's her great-granddaughter. Her granddaughter called and said, would you ask your pastor to pray? And she said, no, but here's his phone number. You call him and ask him to pray. And so the pastor said, come on Sunday morning and we will pray. We will lay hands on her and we will pray. And so they did. That was on 2 Sundays ago. That Tuesday, they took their little girl to the doctor. No cancer. Her white blood cell count was right where it's supposed to be, and there is no sign of cancer in her body. I'm telling you, that just does something for me. I have been praying and praying and praying every week for God to can work like we know he does, and that for people to come and begin telling stories. And I don't just mean at our church, I just mean the church, that we need to be talking about the good things God is doing. And who knows what's going to come from this? This could be a whole family saved. Even though she doesn't really serve God or really believe in God, she knows prayer works, and her little girl is healed. Like, come on. That is shouting stuff, y'all. That's so good. And I am just believing for more and more and more and more like that. Like, even Carissa texted me this morning. She had to have a little procedure done with her nerves in her hands. And she said last time they tried to do it, she couldn't even get through it. The pain was so bad. And I said, I am praying for this to go smoothly and for you to have peace. And like 10 minutes later, she texted me. She's like, I'm all done. I mean, even something as simple as that, God hears us and he answers our prayers, So let's just keep on keeping on. He is so good and he is so faithful. He is not done. He is not dead. He is alive. He is active. He is moving. He is stirring his people. I don't know the timeline. I don't know how close we are to Jesus's return. I don't know how close we are to being in heaven with him. I know we're closer today than we've ever been before. I don't know for sure. I don't know enough eschatology, end time study. I don't know enough to even, and I wouldn't even dare, to be honest with you, because even Jesus doesn't know the day and the hour. So I wouldn't even begin to try. I don't know if everything that is happening has to happen for everything to come to fruition. I don't know if it's going to get a ton worse. I don't know if there's going to be a great awakening. I know scripture talks about a great falling away. But here's what I believe. That may happen in the world, but the Church of Jesus Christ does not have to be a part of it. The Church of Jesus Christ can rise up and have a Holy Spirit awakening, and we need it. We need it. We need it. If you're watching and you're not part of our church, then just participate in whatever your church does. I am looking at, my dad and I have talked. I'm already doing something on Wednesday nights that I would really love for some people to jump on, because Ramsey Plus is stinking amazing. And what it has available to people is a whole lifestyle. It's not a class, it's a lifestyle. And I really want to share it with you. But we're looking at maybe implementing a couple of more Zoom Bible study type things. And we're doing Zoom because why not take advantage of something that we have, a resource that we have available to us, and you can do it from the comfort of your own home, but like this. You can do it like this. Can I also just say how excited I am that we have 12, 13, 14 people? This is the most we've had on Church Chat in weeks. It gives me joy. It fills my soul. but we've got to connect, and you don't have to be in the church building to engage in the presence of God. It can happen right where you're sitting. It can happen like this. We're doing this. We're celebrating. We're praising God. Yeah, Josh, be cheerful with joyous celebration in every season of life. Let joy overflow, for you are united with the Anointed One. Let gentleness be seen in every, for our Lord is ever near. Hallelujah. Kathy, I do too. The devotional we're doing, if you haven't done it with us, that's okay. Just go to the Bible app and do a search for it. Oh, I can't remember what the name of it is. Something about joy in the church. Kath, I'm loving it. And it talks about how joy is, God has designed our brains and the physical body to respond to joy, and how that happens. And it makes 100% sense to me. And that joy is the face of God. And so when you read scriptures like, may his face shine on you, it's about may his joy be with you. His face is shining on you. There is joy because his face, you bring his face joy, and his presence brings you joy. And because we love him, we have that presence of joy, that presence of God in our faces, and it shines on those around us. And so when we're around one another in community, we stir up that joy in one another, and it's just this amazing thing that happens. And joy. There's a song from, was it House Fires, Josh? That it's so simple, but it's just, you give joy down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul. Now the words have just completely left my head. You give me joy down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul, down deep in. I hope we don't get in trouble on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube because I'm singing it. You give me joy down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul. Never been so free, caught in your love for me. It's a good one. It's a good one. Joy. I just love, like, to me, there is so much joy to be found in everyday things. And the thing to remember for me about joy is not contingent on how I feel. Joy is a result of the Spirit of God in me. Joy is about my relationship with God, not about what I'm walking through, not about what my eyes see. Joy comes from him. So, you guys are sharing good things. I just think, people, the enemy, the devil can try to steal my joy, but my joy comes from the joy giver, and the world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. It goes back to what I was saying this morning in the devotion. We're not denying reality around us. We're not pretending that things aren't hard, but it's in the middle of those hard things that we fix our eyes on Jesus, and we choose to remember that he is putting within us the eternal weight of glory, right? It's good. There's so many great joy songs, even if they don't say the word joy. There are some great ones. Like, one of my favorites uses a bunch of terms, like musical terms, and but it's called Might Sound Wild, and it might sound wild, but who on earth says our song should be tame? Because who on earth says our song should be tame? We're singing about Jesus. We're singing about the joy giver. We're singing about our Savior. And it might sound wild, but wild is why my heart sings, oh. Sing his praise till the other side. It's gonna make me cry. Because our hope came all the way. See, if we were on Zoom, we could sing together. Anyway, I think one of the things I like about the idea of Zoom is that we can be comfortable, everybody, no matter where they are, and where they're at with things, but we can still hear each other's voices. So, oh, I've sang so many songs about joy. Yeah, Mom. I mean, joy unspeakable. I got the joy down in my heart, which we did that like in Sunday school and children's church, but um, like Spring Up Oh Well. Did you ever do that in children's church? Spring up oh well, down in my soul, spring up oh well, and make me whole. We did it like all kinds of emotions to it. What else you got? What else you want to talk about? Yeah. That life abundantly. Here, let me share with you just this little thing. So on Thursday on our minister Zoom call, they talked to they had an evangelist share why, and his wife is a librarian, and so libraries are using a lot of Zoom stuff right now. But he shared a list. I think it's 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, 13 reasons why Zoom. Sharon, I have to go back to the beginning and watch it whenever we're done because I go through the whole missions week there. Bottom line, quick answer, sort of. We're having a fire night. So here are reasons that we should be using Zoom. It allows anyone to participate because you don't have to have a computer. You can, so anyone participate. Not that I don't do, it would be the whole thing again. So the long and short of it is yes. But when we're done, if you go back and watch the first like 10 minutes of this, you'll get all the details. Plus we'll announce it on Sunday. So it allows safe participation. Notes can be posted. So like we can screen share so we can all see the same thing and you can hear all of that and see all the notes. You can even comment in the chat. Even if you don't want to, if we mute mics or you don't want to have your mic unmuted, you can type in the chat and everybody can read it. It saves on the church budget, which it kind of does, because then you're not running air conditioning or the furnace extra or power, it kind of saves on that. You can comment, like I said, you can watch a replay. We can record it and send out a link for replay to watch. Zoom allows growth and adaptation to relevant media. Zoom is really, really cool. Even those without Wi-Fi can call. So that kind of goes back to how anyone can participate. People who may not enter the church might do a Zoom. It's kind of like small groups that are in homes. People may not want to come to the church building, but they may feel very comfortable coming into your home. People may not want to come to church yet, but they may be absolutely willing to get on a Zoom. Safe for bad weather. See, this is the thing. Like, I've heard kids kind of say it, and it is kind of funny. Schools will probably never have a snow day again because now they know how to do online stuff. Churches, we don't have to have a snow day because we've been doing stuff like this. So if there's really bad ice or snow on a Sunday morning, don't worry about it. I'll preach from right here. Attendees don't have to drive. You can sit in the comfort of your own home, in your recliner, on your couch, wherever you want. Just make sure you have clothes on or make sure your camera's not on. Zoom reduces time commitment. My kids are coming in. It's going to be loud. And one of the greatest ideas, one of the greatest reasons you should Zoom, and that Zoom is a great thing, you could even bring your dog. Isn't that fun? I know some of you guys are commenting about other things, and I think that's really cool. Josh, cool. Yeah. There you go. So, yay. Carla. Me really either, because even when we've had kind of rough snow that we told everybody not to come into the building or the office during the week, we've all just worked from home. It's not like we get off. We're just at home in our PJs and our comfy socks doing the work in the snow, or while the snow is coming down. But we really haven't had too much of that in recent years. Yeah. Well, Josh, you know what one is because you were a student before. You just haven't had one since you graduated high school. I know Donnie wouldn't get one. Where he works, they'd put him up in a hotel across the street so that they didn't have to worry about him not being able to get there. Anybody tried anything new for dinner? Yeah, I know, Josh. That's happened to you quite a few times. You've had to work over because people, that happens to Donnie too, where he's had to work doubles or at least a half shift over or go in early because somebody else wouldn't, whatever. Semantics, right? Hmm. I don't know. Has anybody heard what they're forecasting for the winter this year? I haven't heard that yet. Part of that's because I don't watch the news hardly at all anymore. Kathy's making hot pepper jelly today. That was Donnie's face, not mine. Donnie. He did that. Nice. We had, was it last week we had chili? Donnie made chili last week too. Josh said he thinks mild is what the almanac says. Ashley says bad winter. Okay. I don't know. They don't have Dave Murray anymore in the area to tell us. I think Chris Zimmerman tries to do it, but I didn't know if he had done that yet. It's still a little early. Huh. Yeah, no, I don't know. Does colder than normal mean more snow or just cold? Because here's my thing. In the winter, if it's going to be cold, it needs to snow so you can at least enjoy it. Otherwise, it's just cold and ugly outside. Kathy tried a blackberry glazed pork chop last week. She said it was easy and good. That sounds interesting. Robin's making banana bread with her ripe bananas. I did that last week. Dave Murray retired. Does he still do that on Facebook? I'm laughing too, but I was just going to pass over it. Does he still do that? I didn't know he still did it. I thought he retired and he was like not. I mean, I know he still has like a Facebook page, but I didn't know he was still doing weather stuff. I just like it when it's cold and snowy, not just cold. Doesn't have to be a lot of snow. Don't want ice. There you go. But just a little bit of snow on the ground to give you something shiny and sparkly to look at. Did you all see the posts that Refuge has made about the Momentum t-shirts this year, because they're going to do a youth convention, but it's going to be the Momentum tour. So it's not going to be the big convention. It's going to be smaller venues all around the state, and a few places around the state. We'll say it that way. The shirts are so cool. They're so 80s. I'm excited. They're very different from what we've had in a long, long time. Very fun. So pray for our student ministries department and our students and the churches that are hosting and all of that. And the speaker. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it for our students. Those events, they're more than events, they're eternal investments that are life-changing. Pastor Phil, and I know this isn't his word, but he likes to talk about the Kairos and the Kairos, I think is what they're called, moments. So like those that are kind of like fixed, it's all about time, but like where you have like this, the Kairos moment is like the God moment, the moment that kind of just puts you on the trajectory. And two of mine were at camp and youth convention. I only have a few, but two of them were at camp and youth convention. So I was filled with the Holy Spirit, where I was called to ministry. Yeah. It's so cool. Going on tour. You need a band shirt, right? You get yours in Momentum. They're so rad. I'm gonna play up the 80s thing. Honestly, Mom, he and I have not talked about it. We'll have to talk to him about it. We will have quarter tubes. I've got to talk to Pastor Cy and explain to him what we've done in the past, because he and I haven't got to talk about it yet. But the quarter tubes we do for Speed the Light and BGMC during our missions convention week. Prepare. We're going to do it. It's always a fun addition to the missions week. What else? Anything else? Anything? We had our first big blunder with remote learning today, big blunder. So Colby's teacher does, she does 2 meets a day, and then he has either music or PE. And so technically he's on 3 meets a day. And Ashley, that I don't mind talking about it. That's probably a conversation we should have out of this. And I'll explain why when we have that conversation. And then we can bring it up on this. His first meet lasts for about 45 minutes, and then she gives them a 15-minute break, and they're supposed to mute their mics and turn off their cameras for that time. So Colby's headset, he thought was muted, and he got up and was doing things, and there were things happening around the house. His mic wasn't muted, and the teacher was trying to help a student, and she couldn't hear the student because Colby's mic wasn't muted, and our house was rowdy. And so she had to kick him out of the meet. Oh, they do 3 meets. I'm sorry. 3 meets plus music or PE. And she had to kick him out of the meet so she could hear the other student, and Colby couldn't get back in. It was like our first big blunder. Oh no. And she felt bad saying it was her fault. And I'm like, no, I don't. I mean, I know you kicked him out, but you did what you had to do. It's the mic not being muted. That's on us. So sorry. Anyway, yeah, I am totally cool with it, Ashley. We'll just have that conversation. Because I was actually, I don't even know. Let's explore this just a tiny bit, Ashley. Ashley commented, can we talk about church swag? I want to know, first of all, if you are not under the age of 30, do you know what she means by church swag? I'm pretty sure anybody under the age of 30 knows what church swag is. If you know what church swag is, comment you want some swag. I almost said slag. Swag. Dad knows. This was kind of what I was figuring. So it has long been, I know you do, Josh, but you fall in the under 30. And that's what I was saying. I know you know what it is. So swag would be apparel and accessories that have our brand on them. So hang on, let me show you something. So, for example, you know, like our blue G, you're killing me, Ash. So, you know, like we have those blue G shirts that we had made last summer that kind of have like our vision statement, our mission statement on them, the 4 E's. So that kind of would be called swag. For district council this year, district council, they had to cancel it back in May because of COVID. So we are doing a virtual district council in a couple of weeks. And if you registered early, got a swag box. Here's what came in my swag box. I'm so excited, you guys. First of all, I got this really super cool thermos with the district logo, IDCAG, Illinois District Council of the Assemblies of God, with the Illinois and the swoosh. Okay, the tickets, because they're going to do giveaways. And so you got to give away. So this is a thermos. It's not a tumbler or like a water bottle. If you would try to drink out of this, it would spill all over you because it comes out all the way around. But you can put it in there, drink, or just take it with you. And anyway, how neat is that? Not only did we get this, they sent us like mints and little packs of cookies and crackers for you to have a snack on the day of district council. They sent me Oreos. I don't eat Oreos, so Colby ate those last night. Anyway, but not only did we get that, but ISM included the super cool water bottle koozie. How neat is that? It's got a clip on it, the drawstring, but the cool thing is our tumblers fit, our thermoses fit in there. Look at that. So Illinois Student Ministries. And I don't know why, but I'm super into camo this year. I just bought a camo like field jacket the other day at Target. It was on sale. So this is kind of swag. It's not wearable swag. Well, it kind of is because you can clip it. Who's going to clip that? It'll go in my backpack maybe. But this is kind of swag. Hoodies, t-shirts, caps, wristbands, face masks, socks. That's swag. And so I have long wanted to invest in a few, not a ton, maybe like 3 or 4 items that we keep in stock at the church and have like a swag cabinet that people can buy swag. Well, Pastor Si and Ashley came on, and Ashley wants to do this too. And so, yeah, Ashley threw out pop sockets. Ashley really wants pop sockets. That's the second time she's mentioned pop sockets on this chat. You're too funny. The thing is that in my conversations with leadership in the past, it has kind of felt like there was a concern to invest in those things that we wouldn't be able to sell them and make our money back. So that has been the concern. You know, for t-shirts, the out-of-pocket up front, you're looking at about depending on how many t-shirts you buy, and we're a small congregation. T-shirts, you're looking the places that we order from, because we like to shop local. We like to support local businesses. And even one non-local business that I have priced out because I love the business. The average cost of t-shirts is about anywhere from $5 to $8 a shirt, just having them printed up, and maybe even closer to $10 if you go to above 2X sizes. And that's okay, but just throwing that out there. So then to make our money back and maybe make a little bit off of it, which we don't have to make money off of it. We can just do it as a, we just want to have them and sell them at cost. We're still looking at probably around bare minimum, $10 to $15 a shirt. Hoodies are way more expensive. Long sleeve shirts are more expensive. Long sleeve shirts, you're probably looking at more like $15 to $20. Hoodies, you're probably looking at $25 to $30. Ball caps, you're probably looking anywhere from $15 to $25, depending on if we have them screen printed or embroidered. And I learned this last year when we had the blue GC First shirts made, because we wanted to have ball caps made. And having ball caps made, it's not easy to have them screen printed and have caps that most people would wear. And to have them embroidered is more expensive. So I personally don't think $10 to $20 for a t-shirt is a big deal. But I know not everybody's in that place. So if you would like us to explore swag options, let us know. Ashley would love to start working on stuff because she's told me that. And Instagram's about to close. I'm so sorry. But then that would give us an idea. Or if there's something in particular that you were like, hey, I probably would never wear a t-shirt, but I would wear a hoodie. Or I wouldn't wear a hoodie or a t-shirt, but you get tumblers or coffee mugs or koozies. It always cracks me up because other than this koozie right here, every time I see a koozie, all I think of are people with beer cans. And I don't drink, obviously, so I don't really ever think about using a koozie. So, yeah, so anyway. Yeah, if you say, hey, I think swag's a great idea, here's what I would buy if we had swag. Throw that out there. You don't have to comment on here. You can message us or whatever, but yeah. That's what Ashley's talking about. So Instagram is like 45 seconds away from saying adios muchachos. Yeah, window stickers, like those window clings, you can put on your window that would have like the church logo on them. And you can do those for just a couple bucks each. Yeah. You could do journals. You could do all kinds of things. Well, the polos, though, where you purchased a polo and Nelda embroidered them. So that was a much smaller scale. So not that we can't do that if Nelda's willing, but on a grand scale to like have in stock for things. And I'm not opposed to polos either. I probably wouldn't wear one. But I know there are a lot of people in our church who would. So, yeah. So Ashley, are you writing this stuff down, what people are commenting? The metal tumblers, the polos. Yeah, I do still have GC First magnets. They're $3 each. And they have our logo on it. Well, so that logo still exists. The one that I did last year was more like vision statement kind of things, like to couple with, but because it's really clean. Norm, that was you. It's really nice and clean. The GC First is so nice and clean, and it works great for our main stuff. I did the other one more as like a vision kind of thing. Good, Ashley. Okay, so we can start looking at this. The thing is, like, most places you have to order these things and pay for them, and then we sell them. So that's kind of been the holdup in the past with ordering things and having things on hand, is that we are a smaller congregation, and God has been so good, and you all have been so faithful with your tithes and your offerings that we're steady. Doesn't mean we have a lot of extra room for stuff. So that kind of investment is a lot if it's going to. That's kind of been the holdup, but yeah, I'm all for it. I've even looked at IKEA for display cabinets that we can put things in. That's how far I've gone, Ash. I'm telling you, it's not something that I'm not open to or unwilling to consider. I have found at IKEA, they have really nice, really neat looking display cabinets. We could probably get 2 and put in the foyer. Mm-hmm. We talked a long time on that. That's okay. We had more people on this church chat than we've had in a long time. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. So we'll see what we can find out. I'll send Ashley the information for the places that we've used and that we like to use because they're so good to us. Yeah, beanies. But how many of our, seriously, our congregation is primarily over the age of 55, mostly over the age of 60. How many beanies are we going to sell? Maybe 20? So, but the problem even with that, Kathy, is to get the best prices, we have to order so many. And some places won't let you order less than like 50 items. And so even doing that, we still could end up having to pay quite a bit out of pocket. But all of that is conversations we can keep having and things we can look at and consider. And we don't have to do it all at one time. We can pick one thing to start doing every couple of months to add to our swag stuff. But actually, my 20 included the entire youth group. Oh, that's funny. Of the exact same beanie he would buy 4. I mean, I have beanies, but I don't have the same beanies. I have a gray slouch beanie, a blue slouch beanie, Life Church Leadership College beanie. I have 2 ISM beanies. Mm-hmm. But a lot of those, like I said, you have to make but that's a lot of work for Amber to do for this. I think if we're looking at something like this, Kath, we're going to have to talk to a printing company about having it done. I wanted to do face masks with the church logo back in April. And when I brought it up, the people I brought it up to were like, oh, we don't really want to we shouldn't spend money on things like that. So I backed off. Sunday Cool has the best. Seriously. They do some call them alligator, urag, slouch, tube. They do those masks, and they do like the regular face masks. You laugh, Norm, but I don't think that's a crazy idea. Face masks, pop sockets, t-shirts, long sleeve tees, hoodies, caps, beanies, cups, window stickers. I think there's a plethora of things we could do. And I will tell you this for all of you, for all of us who are part of the older generations, this is the stuff that younger generations love. For real. So anyway, we'll keep looking. We'll keep talking. I'll tell you that conversation, swag conversation, is not done. We'll keep it going. I will send Ashley the information for our contact person at our favorite print shop, the best print shop, in my opinion, in the area. And some others that I like a lot too. So, and Ashley, right, they're all about stuff, but it's not because they want stuff. It's because they like to promote what they believe in and what they love. They like to promote what's cool to them. So having swag is like the jam because it helps them. Yes, Mom, that's just it. It's called branding. And this is where we're at in culture. This is where we're at in time and place and space, is that's a big deal. So it's something that people love. Yard signs round 2? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. A lot of churches with younger, like a large younger part of their congregation or newer church plants, start with swag, stuff like that, because it really helps a couple of generations buy in. And so, and that's just it, Mom. It helps brand ourselves to the church, and it helps community, who knows us, then connect. Do you know how many people in our community think our church is a bank? Do you know how many people I have talked to in our community who have lived here for decades, who, when I say I'm the pastor at GC First across the street from the post office, they automatically go to Processor. And when I say, no, that's next door, we're across the street. That's like, they're across on Veterans Parkway. We're across Madison Avenue from them. And they're like, that's a church? I thought that was a bank. We gotta do better. We gotta do better, family. I know you do, Mom. I know. And I think a lot of people understand like that people enjoy and like t-shirts and things like that. But there's a whole generation that thrives on that kind of stuff. So, I mean, do you know how many camp or district type shirts and hats, backpacks, bottles that I have because of that? Because I love it, So, okay. Well, we'll start doing some. Vanita wants a church logo mask. See, there we go. Okay, so Ash, there we go. All right. We could probably go on about this because it's something that's pretty cool. We'll look into that. We'll start getting some stuff together. We may have to GC First flip-flops. That's hysterical. We will start working towards that and getting some stuff together. And I'm with you, Kath. And we'll see what we can come up with. How's that sound? Like I said, we don't have to start with everything, obviously. Maybe we start with, because the weather's getting cooler, maybe we start with long sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, or I know some of you want polos. So I just think regardless of what we do, we'll need to make sure polos are included. Yep. It really, truly is. And here's the thing. We can incorporate this in with guests. We have a guest who comes once. We give them their cup of coffee, right? Because Donnie and I are talking about coffee shop stuff. Not that we're opening right now, but we're talking, okay? So, but normally when we have a guest, their first time coming in, they get a free cup of coffee from First Cup. So what if we have the t-shirts or something that, we just have our basic, like the blue t-shirts we have. Maybe we just order more of those to have on hand. And when they come back the second time, they get one of those t-shirts. When they come back the third time, they're just family, right? Right. And so you guys, Ashley, they are way more into this than I was expecting. I'm proud of y'all. That's exciting, guys. Okay, so Ashley, it looks like sweatshirts. Ooh, I should show you my ISM sweatshirt. Hoodies. It's the most comfortable. Donnie loves hoodies, but I know not everybody loves hoodies, so we could do hoodies and sweatshirts. Gracious, y'all. You got wheels turning here. I'm probably just gonna have to tell Ashley, come up with a proposal and we'll figure out what we need to do. So anyway, we've been going for a while. Our numbers have dropped by half. So I think we probably should wrap this stuff up. And we'll talk again next week. If I'm gonna send an email out sometime this week asking for your thoughts on church chat. And please weigh in. It's going to help me know how to plan going forward. I started to send it out earlier, and Flocknote got weird. My internet got weird. I don't know what happened, and things wouldn't load, so I couldn't finish it in time to send it out to remind everybody about church chat. So Vinegar and you will help with that. You mean Vanita? Why did autocorrect change? Norm said, tell Byron no GC first ties. In his defense, Norm, let's applaud my dad stepping out. And I don't think he's worn a tie on a Sunday morning in months. Not just because we've been outside of in person. I mean, like, it's been even before COVID that I think let's give my dad some props. The man's pretty traditional on that. And he's been Dad say, what? All right. We could probably go and Norm applauds. That's right. We could probably keep going on. I'm super excited, you guys. Church chat is so much more fun when you're all on and talking. The last few weeks have been so hard for me that I thought maybe we had it run its course. And so today makes me so happy, between popping on for a few minutes this morning, which we all saw. I can't do it that time anymore. Cannot do it. But this was great today. Thank you so much. It feeds my soul. I hope it feeds yours. I think my husband's really ready to get his show back on the TV screen. He says no. And we have been going for an hour and 15 minutes. So let me pray over you, and we'll say adios until next time. Forever Young's tomorrow. So tune in for that, or show up. Right. Let's pray. Lord, I thank you for today, and I thank you for everybody who's gotten on between this morning and this afternoon. I thank you for the fun, great conversation we had. I thank you for vision and ideas and creativity. I thank you for hearts that love our community and love one another. I pray that would continue to grow in us and foster in us a more urgent desire to continue to spread that love to those around us. I ask that you would be with each one, meet every need that's represented. And we will praise you and we will thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. Have a great afternoon. Well, it's kind of evening now. Have a great evening, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye.